All right, welcome into Five Reasons to Bet here at the Five Reasons YouTube channel. I'm Ethan Skolnick. You can follow me at Ethan J. Skolnick and at Five Reasons Sports. We've got J-Rod Show. It's Jim Rodriguez. We've got Alfredo Arteaga. And we've got the great Taylor Mathis, who is leading this and also has a great new job, which maybe she might want to mention here while we're doing it. All right, I am 20-14. J-Rod is 20-14. Alfredo is 20-14. Taylor Mathis is 23-9. We're going double on the picks this time, okay? Double, all right? So these are worth 2. We're doing 2 different games, okay? So these are worth 2. And what we're going to do is we're going to do one game, and then we're going to do the other. So let's start, actually, with the game that comes up second here, I believe. Let's go Green Bay. And who are they playing? Tennessee, right? Green Bay and Tennessee. That's right. All right.
Cleveland,
so
Green
let's
Bay.
get to it. I am not going to make Taylor go first both times, but she's going to go first the first time. Taylor, who do you like?
Okay, Green Bay and the Browns, actually, is who's playing. So I'm going to take
Green Bay and the Browns. I'm sorry.
Green Bay. Are we going the spread first? I'm going to take them to cover.
They're -9.
Okay.
I think it's 7 points, or maybe it's 7.5. But I'm going to take the Packers to cover. I think that, honestly, this could be a blowout game. The Browns have way too many COVID issues. Both of these teams don't have necessarily the best pass defense, but I feel like Baker Mayfield under pressure compared to Aaron Rodgers. You're going to take Aaron Rodgers. I think the Packers are the best team in the league currently, so I'm going to take them to easily cover this one against the Browns.
All right, I'm doing the same, and I apologize for that. I was dealing with some lagging issues here. I'm also going to take Green Bay to cover in this game. We will circle around to the over-unders here in a second. By the way, I want to mention, too, before we get too far into this, go to BetUS if you want to bet. BetUS.com. Use the code 5. Get yourself that 125% bonus. And if you DM to 5 Reasons Sports a picture of your deposit, we will also give you a free T-shirt from our merchandise library. All right, Jim, 7.5. Packers, who do you like?
Well, it's actually 9 last I saw, right? It's actually
-9.
It's the bulge is 9, and I still like Green Bay. It could be 19, and I'll take Green Bay. Taylor hit it right. You know, the Browns have just been riddled with COVID. We're expecting to see Baker Mayfield back. It looks like they're going to get their team back, but listen, that loss last week to the Raiders was crushing, and the Packers still have something to play for because they want to, lock up that home field advantage in that number 1 seed. Remember, only 1 bye this year in the first round for the playoffs, so the Packers are in that spot. They're the only team that's made the playoffs so far, and Aaron Rodgers, COVID toe, COVID elbow, COVID fingernail. He's trying to win that MVP, man. He's trying to snatch it away from Tom Brady. And after that clunker that Tom Brady put on Sunday night, I think the MVP race is wide open. So I think Aaron Rodgers and the Packers have lots to play for. Green Bay giving the 9 points. And oh, by the way, they're 11-3 against the spread this year.
Alfredo, clean sweep?
Yes, it's a clean sweep. -9. It could be -90. Green Bay is hitting their stride. Cleveland is doing a slow fade out of the playoff picture. Green Bay by 2 touchdowns. So -9. Green Bay.
All right. Alfredo, what is the over-under? We'll start with you and go around.
In this game, it's 45.5. And every single trend says that Cleveland late in the season plays a bunch of over games. And that Green Bay plays a bunch of over games. We could have a desperate situation where Baker Mayfield, and he has done this before, he did it last year against the Ravens, where he puts up a bunch of garbage points. 45.5, it's tight. I'm going to take over and slightly over. I could see a 31-17 situation develop here. So that's over. I'll take over. 45.5.
Jim?
I got to agree with the man with the fancy hat over there. Listen, 31-20 is how I'm seeing this. I'm going over there. 45.5, that should be really easy. I think most of it's going to come from Green Bay. I think we're going to sweat a little bit, hoping that Cleveland can sort of pick up the slack a little bit and get some points on the board. But I think you're going to see some garbage points, just like Al said. I think 31-20 Packers, so over 45.5.
All right, I'm going to be contrarian here. I don't think the Browns score enough in this game, honestly. I don't. I know Baker's back, but Alfredo hit on the head with this. It feels to me like they're out of this race at this stage. I just, I don't feel any momentum coming from Cleveland. I don't know that Baker is the guy that's going to lead them to big points. They still have holes all over in terms of their wideouts right now. They're not particularly deep there, and they couldn't get the running game really going last week either. I'm going to go under on them. And also Green Bay's defense tends to get better as the year goes on. So, and it's kind of happened again. So I'm going to go under. Taylor?
I'm a little torn on this one. I see both sides of the over and the under, but I think I'm going to take the over as well. Green Bay on their own is averaging over 26 points a game. So I feel like that combined with, I think the Browns can get a few here and there on the board. I'm going to take the over slightly.
All right, now we're going to take the over on something else. We're not going to run our fancy ad with the two folks at the bar in Key West today, but we do want to tell you to go to boozebandage.com. You go to boozebandage.com, use the code 5RSN for your hangover cure. Just find a place on your body that doesn't have too much hair. Throw it on there, and you will not get a hangover. Okay, we nearly guarantee it. But go to boozebandage.com, use the code 5RSN, get yourself 20% off. All right, let's go to the next one here, and I will let Taylor's not going to start this time. We'll go back around. Alfredo, you start here on the point spread, and I had it wrong the first time. So it is San Francisco and Tennessee. How do you see this playing out?
This is a fascinating game, and could the wrong team be favored here? San Francisco is favored by 3 points on the road in Tennessee. I think there's overcompensation for how bad Tennessee looked last week. Tennessee's a good team. So is San Francisco. San Francisco is a team that's really, really coming on. I hate this number. I wouldn't bet it either way. I'm just going to take a shot in the dark and say San Francisco wins by a field goal. And I'll take San Francisco -3, but I don't have much confidence in this line one way or the other.
Jim?
You know, it's interesting because since Derrick Henry went out, the Titans are averaging about 15 points a game. That shows you how much they were relying on him. The one thing that is good, we're going to see Julio Jones. We're going to see A.J. Brown. They're back in the lineup tonight. And now, of course, as a Miami Dolphin fan, we have the PTSD. Are we relying on Ryan Tannehill to get the ball to receivers, even though he's got some weapons there? Listen, I like Tennessee in this game. You know, the San Francisco run defense is stout, but their pass defense isn't very good. So if Tannehill can get the ball to Brown, get the ball to Julio Jones, I think they can do some damage. I will take Tennessee getting the 3 because in a field goal kind of game like that where it smells like a push, I'm always getting the point. So I'll take Tennessee +3 at home.
I'm going to go with San Francisco on the road here for exactly what you said. Tannehill PTSD. I think we are seeing now without Derrick Henry what he really is in Tennessee, which is pretty similar to what he was in Miami. I do not trust him in these type of games. You can't convince me to. I don't care what the weapons are on the outside. I'm going to take the 49ers. They're rolling right now. And also, it does the most damage to the Dolphins, and we know things go against the Dolphins. And of course, they have 49ers pick. So I'm gonna go with the Niners in this one. Taylor, give us both here. Give us the spread and give us the over/under, and we'll circle back around.
All right, spread. I'm going with everything that Jim said. I agree. I honestly think that the Titans are a very underrated team right now. They've only won 1 out of their last 4, and it was against the Jags. But I feel like with Julio Jones coming back and Brown, they're going to rely on Tannehill to throw the ball more. The 49ers have the second best rush defense in the league. So I feel like we're going to see a lot of throwing from Tannehill. I'm hoping it goes my way. I would like to see them be the home dogs and win it outright against the 49ers tonight. So I'm going to take Tennessee. When it comes to the over-under, what is the number set at?
44.5.
Over. I'm going to take the over, and I basically just took that on a gut instinct right now, but I'm going to take the over 44.5. I feel like San Francisco is a very high-scoring offense lately. They're in their stride. I know we're saying a low scoring has been the average lately for the Titans, but I like this number to go over. I think it's too low.
I'm going under. I have no other further comment on it. Jim, go.
Listen, I got to go over 44.5. I think this smells like again, kind of almost the same score as that Packer-Browns game. This feels like a 31-20 kind of game. I think Tennessee is going to surprise some people. I think they're going to score some points. I think we'll be really surprised at the amount of offense we're going to see in this game. I like over 44.5 in this game.
Alfredo, close us out.
And I'm going to take under. One team can't score as of late, and the other team wants to get into a rock fight. So these are two teams that are going to want to not score. So I'm going to take under 44.5. This game is going to be one in the teens, I would say.
All right, so we got some divergence today. Taylor, take us out. Who are you working for now? Do we lose her?
Superbook Sports.
Oh, there we go. All right, there we go. A little bit of a lag.
Superbook
Superbook
Sports.
Sports.
I'm
Congratulations.
still here.
All right.
Superbook Sports.
And it was strictly
Thank
due to her
you.
performance on this program. So you can follow
Really?
Taylor at Superbook Sports. All right, we're coming to the end of the season here. These are worth double. Go to betus.com, use the code 5. Go to boostmanagers.com, use the code 5RSN. Have a good day.
See ya. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. Happy New Year. Not yet.